Kia ora, my name is Antonio Carrara, or Zinger, and today we'll be looking at Red versus Alistair and Red versus Adam Hartfather. These VODs were really cool to watch because, I've never really shared a main before with someone in region or even in New Zealand. So it was really cool to kind of see what you're doing, what things you've picked up, what things you aren't doing right now. Sort of some tech which I'm surprised you know of. Um, because it took me a lot of VOD viewing to find it, so I imagine maybe we looked at the same VODs. But yeah, so I want to make this kind of short and simple, and by short and simple I mean like probably 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I don't really keep track of time really well, but you've got a life. I don't want to keep you hanging here. So I want to look at a couple things. I want to keep it simple. I want to look at free text. I want to look at combo theory, and then I want to look at neutral, and then I want to look at your VODs. So I will timestamp everything. Um, and so this first part will just be tech and sort of the applications of it. And then the next part will be how to kind of combo differing weights and the really strong stuff you can get off them. And then I'm going to look at the VOD video just to kind of show how we can apply these sort of different things here. So firstly, I want to look at three different techs. That is being needle boosting, wall jumping, or wall climbing, sorry, and Dacus. Now, obviously, Dacus, you know about. Um, Needle boosting, you probably know about. I think we've talked about it. But wall climbing might be somewhat new, or you've probably seen it, but maybe you weren't sure if you should apply it. And spoiler alert, you should. It's very strong. But firstly, I want to look quickly at needle boosting. So, why would you needle boost? Well, it gives you a lot more momentum. So as you can see here, if I just run off, I kind of got my momentum the moment I run off, and this happens off ledge as well. But if I do a needle boost, I can choose to throw it, or I can even shield cancel it, and I'll retain my momentum. Now, it's important to note that this is incredibly free flow because you can also reverse it and do something like that. So it's got three main stays. It's fairly decent as a neutral opener. Actually, it's probably best as a neutral opener. It's also really good as a pressure extender for awkward moments where you can't follow up on the opponent. And it's also a niche edge guarding tool, I would say. I don't think it's super useful as an edge guarding tool. I think it's more of a surprise factor sort of thing, but it's still useful nonetheless because it's an option, right? So firstly, let's look at it as a pressure extender. So normally, if I do this, you see how laggy I am? I can barely get in time to follow up, and this just won't be true. But if I do this, sorry, you see how much more pressure I have by doing the needle boost. Now it's a bit tricky, and it'll be hard to implement, and I'm not even implementing it, right? Not that I'm like a tech god, right? But it's just to say that like I think needle boosting was really important in Rivals One, and it's really, still really important in Rivals Two. There's a couple of movement things that make it not as strong of an option, but it's still strong nonetheless. But yeah, so using it as a pressure extender, very good because you can follow up and you can just jump on them, right? The other thing that you can do with them, the one thing that I'm actually a big fan of, is using it as an approach option. And it's very easy to get going, and once you've learned it, it's a really good way to start learning it, right? So if you've got needles, I would say recommend probably around three in general. I would say charge around three needles. Obviously, the more needles you have, the better, because the more needles you have, the steeper the angle that you get to send, as you can see here. So the more needles I have, the steeper they go. To five, where you go like basically like 5 units, maybe even like six, yeah, if we count the difference. But yeah, so if you do that and you open up neutral like this, you get this. So now you've just basically extended your threat range. And just to show you comparison, um, if I was to not do it, I can't even reach them, right? So when they're in this sort of position where like forward air doesn't reach, ledge slip back air doesn't reach, normal needles doesn't reach, right? Even jump needles barely reaches, right? This is when you want to use needle boost, so you can quickly close the gap. It does obviously, as I said before, get better with needle charges. So if you have 1, 2, 3, you extend your pressure even more, and then you can convert into a grab. That's just about it, I would say, for needle boosting. Obviously, you can edge guard with it. As we talked about before, it's a lot more niche, but it can catch people by surprise. Uh, like that. That might have even been a true combo. I don't think it was, but um, you can get niche scenarios like that. Now, the second take I want to look at is wall climbing. A lot of the time, so what you do with wall climbing is you're abusing the fact that you can shield cancel needles and you can also be reversed, right? I'll go into how important shield canceling needles is because it's really good as a micro spacing tool, right? Um, and you get like it's basically Akuma fireballs if you could cancel them, right? Because you've got like this, you've got like this, and you've got like this, right? You can land for with an aerial to catch them trying to CC or something like that, right? Or you can just empty hop and grab. The big thing though with recovery though is that let's say you do a wall jump, right? If you want to grab the ledge after doing a wall jump, generally you have to either air dodge if you're high enough, like that, to grab the ledge. Didn't even work there. Yeah, like that to grab the ledge, or you need to do this. Wait for the up B or something like that. Or if you did get to somewhere here, you have to instantly up B, right? Now, the problem with this is that it makes your recovery very linear, right? Because people know, okay, he's just going to do that, right? So a thing that I think you should start doing, it's really rewarding once you start doing it, and I do it basically every time I do it, to a fault, I shouldn't do it as much as I do, is try do wall jump needle cancel or reverse needle cancel. You know what I mean? You see what's happening, you can understand what I'm doing. I'm just doing a B reverse, shield canceling it, and then I'm grabbing the ledge. Um, and it does make a massive difference to your recovery time. Otherwise, you have to, if you do an instant up B like that to try get as fast as the ledge, you're going to overshoot it. So you have to always undershoot it, or you have had to have had grabbed the ledge from super low. Otherwise, you can't instantly wall jump up there. So doing this instead is requires basically no resource because you're just using your reverse, and it also lets you grab the ledge really fast. But that it's all nice saying that, but when do I actually use it? So if you look here, uh, Adam Heartfather, he hits me with a down throw, down strong. I do a classic bubble. I then side with the bubble. I nair because I'm trying to catch him doing an edge guard. Now, if I didn't nair, I would have grabbed the ledge, of course. But I naired. So what am I going to do? If I do a wall jump up B, he might catch me with a down air. He also has just plenty of time to do whatever he wants. So instead, and it's a little quick, but just pay attention to what Ranno's doing, I do the wall jump B reverse, and I just make the quick ledge like insanely fast. You see that? Like it's just so good. It's a bit tricky to start doing. I would start trying to learn it by just doing like this or something like that. Then try incorporating it in like friendlies or something like that, like after a tongue. Um, Another thing you can do it after is after like a slingshot. Like I didn't actually do it there. Hang on. Yeah, like that. Um, Obviously, like it depends on where you are from the height, then you can make it. But yeah, so I think it's quite a good thing to start learning. All right, last thing, Dacus. Dacus is obviously really important, and part of it could be like whatever, like skill issue or something like that, right? But I think an important thing to point out is that there's probably a lot of times when like like the reason I learned to do a lot of Dacus is because I have a lot of situations where it's really applicable, right? So that's why I'm learning Dacus, right? Otherwise, honestly, like Dacus isn't super important, right? But if you don't have situations to practice doing it on, you're never really going to learn, right? That's what I've found with like Snake and stuff, right? Is I wanted to be technical, but whenever I tried to be technical, it would be without purpose, so I would just be bad, right? But when I learned, like, why I should be technical with Snake and what sort of technicality I can get out of it, I started being able to be technical better. So, what are the situations where you can do it? Well, very simply, um, on fast fallers, and this includes Crag, um, Maple, Claren, and to a certain extent, Zetaburn. At 0%, let's say they do DI out. The only way to get a true combo of this is by doing a Dacus. So I do this a fair amount, and it works very well. Now, another way I use Dacus is I do this. So Needles Dacus is it's a really good neutral skip. And it combos into itself at full needles, and it's a really cheeky way to get kills at high percent. So these two methods are kind of the first ways I would try using Dacus. You can also use Dacus off of down tilt. Um, let's say it's and it's more relevant against fast fallers. Let's say that they're at 100%. Where do they get sent? Okay, they get sent out. Oh wait, it's set to up DI. If you do NDI, well, you could just do that. But if they do no DI, which is more common than you'd think, this is when people hold down or up, you can do that. And once you get used to it, it's actually not that bad. It's, kind of just muscle memory at that point, right? And this is just so worth um, at the relevant percents. So yeah, that was a quick snippet on Dacus and just how you can use it. So you can, again, you can do something like that, and sometimes you can cheese out a kill, and it's cool and epic. There's also obviously a shitload of confirms into it, so you can do like late near Dacus sometimes on like DIN. I think if they do, like it's literally just Fox at this point. There you go. You can also do it with back air like that. You may see me do that sometimes. Like you can do that, right? It just extends your, you can do this off of a down tilt, which is quite insane. This is all true. That isn't true, and we'll talk about Nair there, but yeah. Yeah, so you can get very creative. And basically you can like Dacus is your glue to kill a lot of the times, and once you find it, it's just amazing. Another time it's really good is if you get a tick chase. Hopefully I can get one here. Maybe I have to move. Alright, so if I do this. So obviously not a perfect demonstration, but if they get sent into a tech chase and you're too far away to follow up with Dacus, sometimes you'll be able to. Sorry, you're too far to be able to just run up smash. Sometimes you'll be able to Dacus and you'll be able to get it. This isn't a good demonstration just because there's so many ways this could happen. But yeah, so I think you kind of understand what I'm going for there. And it's kind of just a way to get the pressure going and get the tech chase going. But yeah, so that's probably it for the tech. There's a couple other techs that I'd like to look at and a couple pressure strings, but I'll look those at a VOD. And yeah, secondly, so now I want to look at combo theory. So specifically, I remember telling you about fast ballers and up smash. So my general rule of thumb is that if they're floaty, if they're fleet locks raster, don't go for up throw. Up throw is usually like a net loss. You don't get a lot of it. You want to go for like down throw or back throw tech chases on that, and I'll get into why. But on fast fallers, it's really valuable to go for up smash, up throw, I mean, because if you get it at with enough stage positioning, you can get just a free up smash. Sorry, I'm fucking this up right now. There we go. If they're like slightly high percent as well, like if they're around 10%, and you start the up throw loops, you can start chaining them together. I know I'm not giving the biggest. I think it's because they're DIing in, so I'll just do none DI. So yeah, if they do this, you can do this, and you can start chaining into it. And that's all true. Obviously, DI will change it, but you can follow up on all DI. So if they're at 10% maybe even, and they're DIing out, um, let's see if that works. Yeah, so, depending on the stage position, you might need to go for the tech chase, but it's also very worth it to go for the tech chase as well. Because if you do, you can also get the same exact combo going, right? Then another thing to keep in mind is that you can chain up air like basically indefinitely on these characters. So you can do like, what is it? Like this. Oh, sorry. Like this, like you can do up air, up strong, up air, up strong, that sort of thing. I mean, all those combos are so vibes based, right? That you'll get it. But yeah, in general, up smash is really good against fast ballers. Um, every character you can hit. I mean, it's just so hard to show, right? But back throw you can do a lot off as well. With if they DIN, this is kind of your 50/50 mix up right there. So if they were DIing out on the down throw, then they'd be DIing it on the back throw. You know what I mean? And if they think that you're gonna do back throw, then instead you can go for like down strong out of down throw. I want to explore. So if you're versing floaty characters, what I would say is the kind of go-to is, like I said before, I think that using down throw is up throw is kind of a sinking ship, just because you get barely anything off of that. That wasn't even true. You know what I mean? Um, like the most you can get when they DI out as well is probably something like maybe a 4 maybe, like that looked kind of fake. Yeah, that is fake. Yeah, right. So instead, what you want to do is you want to go for your tick chase first. You want to build up percent, and once they're around like 20%, these like super floaties, you can do stuff like this. Obviously, he was DIing out in for that half part, but you get what I mean, right? So they DI'd in on that one back throw, and now you get a forward air. Or a back air, I guess. Or a front hit back air, probably. Or an up air. Maybe not an up air. Maybe that's too. Never mind. An up air. And if they DI out, or sorry, if they try DI out the back throw, so that you can't connect off it, you still get a really good take chase. So you can go like that and follow like that. And if they DI out, but you think that they're going to DI out, so they do DI in on down throw, you can then combo him like from a down throw as well. So you can do like, see what I mean? So the back throw mix-up is really strong on floaties, right? This is your whole game plan, is you get them to 20%, and then you call them out doing in DI on either back throw or down throw. Kind of the thing weighing this option is that back throw is generally safer because the tick chasing is better. So if they do out on something like down throw, you're sometimes less likely to get a tick chase. Obviously, Loxodon is the fattest fuck alive, so like it really you should be able to tick chase reliably because he's really big. I think I don't think his get up frame data is so slow, but in my experience, he's so reactable. You know what I mean? But yeah, so now you've got the 50-50 there. That's your kind of combo extent. Now, I don't want to, gatekeep up throw, right? Like, I think it does have its place, actually, at low percent, because not everyone's going to be super dialed in to do out DI. But, there's a lot to be, wished for here. Like, you can get basically nothing of value, right? At least that's kind of how I see it, But yeah. And then at high percents, let's say around 140, it just sets up into like the easiest kill confirm known to man. So we'll do around like 125. So let's here we go. So if I do this, kill confirm, that was on DIN. So if they just do random DI, right? Is it set to random DI? Yeah, it was. Yeah, so they can escape it with extreme DI out, but anything in between, and you'll be able to just reaction. You can even just do that, like I did there. So this is your bread and butter. And if you know that they're gonna DI in, you can't really get this anymore, unfortunately. But you can if they're DIing in, they were DIing out there, so that means that you could get a tick chase going here. Which is fine. That's what you get. And obviously on fast ballers, as you've seen, back for a forward air works way longer. It kind of works here, I think. This might be true, but it's just a lot more frame tight. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's about the sort of combo. Oh, actually no, there's one more thing. And this is universal. And we were talking about back air, right? Back air versus nair. Obviously me and you, we both see this nair and we're like, oh, it's a six kick, right? Like this is the combo extender, right? Um, Nair functions are very different. It's not really a combo extender. Well, it is a combo extender when back air can't, right? So if we turn on hitboxes, as you can see here, it's a very small frontwards hitbox, right? And Nair has a much more extended. So when front hit back hit can't combo, that's when you want to use Nair as a combo tool, right? But the main reason, the main use of Nair, I think, is as a high percent. Well, is as a get up me option, but as a really safe tool at high percent. Right? So let's say they're at like 130, right? Nair starts just sending out, right? Sweet Nair. And that's really important because if they were crouching, you send them into humble, right? Same as if they were SDIing down, right? Front hit back end might not even do that. Oh, it does, but obviously it's way smaller, right? That's kind of how I see Nair. It's more of like a high percent, and then you can start pressuring with that, right? Now, Nair, in my opinion, back here, in my opinion, is a vastly better combo extender. And the reason why is because if you're getting the early hit of Nair, you're getting that, right? If you're getting the early hit of back air, you're getting that. And this is just so good, right? Like you can, at this position, you can go for textures, but if you got a launcher, you could go for something like that. I think even earlier I did like, the Dacus confirm, right? So I think if you can find back here, use it. And I'll show you an example of me using front hit back here, because I was using a lot of front hit back here at the bracket. Is right over here. So as you see there, I got a double back here. Now there's a few layers to this, right? So in general, my favorite thing to go for after hitting a spike is an up tilt because it sends into a back here, into another back here, into a grab. So had I used Nair at any of those points, I wouldn't have been able to combo into a grab. Alright, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with regards to the training mode. Now I want to get into VOD for you. So what I'll do is I'm going to Alt F4, and it's time to watch. Give me one moment. I need to pause. Never mind. Okay, I can't pause. Alright, whatever. We'll do it live. Okay, so I was really interested to see how you would fare against Alistair. Because Alistair is kind of a gatekeeper in our scene, for the top level players. It's like, if you lose to him, you're not quite at that top echelon. If you can beat him consistently, you're probably at that top level echelon, right? Or if you can, do well against him, right? So like, he really gives he's gone game 5 several times and he's beaten both Schnurgle and Lilypad, and he really challenges them, right? And so I see him as a sort of gatekeeper, right? And you did really well against the gatekeeper, which I was surprised about. Um, well, I wasn't too surprised because I know that in Rivals 1, you also did kind of beat him in that game as well. But yeah, no, you did very well. So the thing to keep in mind in this matchup is that Ranno. Yeah, sorry, give me one moment. Alright, give me one moment. I need to unplug some stuff. Okay, so yeah, so when it comes to the neutral, in any given matchup, it's really dependent on two things. It's how you use your movement and it's how you use your needles. Well, there's a lot more to go for in there, but in terms of like, character specific, Rano specific, it's kind of based on those two. It's also based on, how you space yourself on the ground, how you use your down tilt, etc., etc. As you can see, I remember writing in the doc, a lot of his game is trying to look for that early grab or just walling out. So back air needles are very good at that, and I want to see how you use that. So one thing I like doing in this matchup is I just like throwing out back airs because it beats out side B and it also stuffs out approaches. Now, you're not going to be able to true convert off of a back air into a grab until like 20%. So the early back airs are kind of just meant to be a strike throw. You know what I mean? You do one back air, then you look for maybe a spot dodge punish on like a reaction punish with a grab, or you try stuff them out just holding shield. The 40 was nice. Unfortunately, he's got a very fast out of shield, so you wouldn't be able to extend off that. Good rolling out. Trying to down tilt there. Failed waveland, that's all good. Alright, he gets your sage. How do you recover here? Alright, so you did overextend past, so if he did a ledge option, you would have made it back regardless, probably. Maybe if he did get a tech, I would have seen it screwed, but you made it back, and that's good. We went for a hard read. So that's the other thing, is dash tag. If we're comparing it to Fox dash tag, sort of, I mean, it's not Fox dash tag, of course, right? But, It can be a good whiff punish tool at around like 50 or so percent, right? Before then, you do get these like awkward hits. I mean, it's a fine tech chase, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not like you don't get to convert off it. In many ways, actually, Dacus can be a better dash attack at low percent. In fact, that's kind of how I treat it at low percent because Dacus gives you, or just up smash in general, gives you a way bigger combo tree at low percent because of the side hitboxes, even in the sweet hitboxes, right? So if you want to use a dash attack esque move as a whiff punish at low percent, I would recommend using Dacus. Slightly slower, but that's fine. So he tried to get you jumping out there, you refused. The walling out the back is, that's good. You do get sent back on stage, you don't lose your tongue, but he challenged your tongue. What could you have gotten here? So you got the inner hit of back air. Actually, you know what I think you could have gotten? I think you might have been able to get Dacus. Oops. Oh no, you had no stage left. There's no way you could have done Dacus. What is it? Down throw, dash attack. That's a nice dash attack actually. Back air. I do like that you went for the forward air. Maybe baby dash down tilt would have worked better. But this is good intuition. You're kind of building the combos. So another thing to keep in mind in this matchup, and all matchups that have a projectile, is do you parry it or do you CC it? I'm a big fan of um, Zeta Fireball, and by that I don't just mean CCing, I mean floor hugging. Now, floor hugging is obviously like a contentious term, and there's a lot of misinformation about it. But basically, whenever you get hit, you can hold down, right? And you'll floor hug. And against fireballs, it's really consistent to do so. So I'll point out when you can start doing it. And you can always floor hug a fireball because it's set knockback and set percent. As for punish, might have been able to get a up smash there. I don't know if it would have killed. All right, what's the edge guard? Now this was very surprising to me. I don't know where it's because you're doing the down B ledge store, which is very interesting. I don't know how much you know about it, but it is uh, Ranno's by far best way to ledge stall, like you did there, and you can get fully invincible ledge stall. It's really important in matchups like Claren, where you're not getting free edge time. Versus Zetaburn, it's still fun to do, so. But normally, his recovery is more contestable than something like Claren. Nice covering your landing. Yeah, unfortunate DI. All good. Nice, that's not bad. I wonder if Dash Tech here is actually better than Dacus. So he was DIing in, but you still got like the near, and then another dash tag, and then a third dash tag. That maybe could have been a grab, but that was cool. Good patience. So that's the other thing is that when you're walling out with back air in this matchup, you're in no rush to fast fall. Because if you do, you're losing your active frames on the back air, right? If you just did back air here and walled out, you would have been out both the fireball and him. So I think when you're walling out back air in this, and this will come into play for other matches as well. Taking advantage of the up throw because it's really good in this matchup. Yeah, I mean, just a Hail Mary, fair enough. Alright, Now that was a little bit more dominant on Alistair's side, but you did bring this back very well. Nice, playing just a patient neutral. What's really cool is that nice. Ooh, going for the back here. Trying to get a Nils there, not gonna be able to get the ace smash there. What's really cool about this matchup is that the advantage state is so strong, right? But you do have to work for neutral quite a bit. I think it's not a very free neutral in this matchup. Um like you see how much mileage Zedorun just gets to take after hitting one move. Nice. Alright, got the back foot. Ooh, that was some poverty DI, but got the kill nonetheless. Nice. Double optimal, getting a nair into a grab. Nice. Getting the forward air, I mean. Nice. Good walling out the back air. Such a good fundamental to start working towards. There, you could have gone for up smash, but I do like the up air. Nice. Good tick throw. Getting a, what was that? Was that dash tag into... Yeah, dash tag into forward air. Nice. Now, when you're here, just grab the ledge and start doing back airs because you are so far ahead, and you can just use all of your invincibility from the ledge. No, when you grab the ledge and you let go, you get a set amount of invincibility. That's 27 frames of invincibility, and when you pair that in, you can make your aerials invincible by using that invulnerability. So if you do a ledge drop back air, that is an invincible back air. So I would look to grab the ledge more, not just because of ledge trump, right? But because you get to make your aerials invincible to edgeguard with, which is huge. Down to the option, not going to be able to kill. I like these landing meals you threw out, even if they didn't hit. Nice, just retreating, you don't need to get too much. Doing the grounded laser, not bad neutral. Yeah, you could have gone Dacus and it probably would have been better. Not bad. Nice, just playing it slow. So, with these sort of fireballs, if you hit down just as you got hit, like over here, you would have done an ASDI down. And that means you would have been able to act way sooner or maybe go for a down tilt. We do see a moment of you doing that, and it's very good. Nice back throw forward there, that's very good. Nice. Try to go for the call out, not gonna be able to get that. Trying to go for a poke. Getting it back here. Going for a call out. That was probably true. The reason I say probably is because they did nerf down airs or spikes into up strong, but that definitely looked pretty true. That was a nice down smash. I really like, going for those down smashes, to punish imperfection on the up Bs. Um, but yeah, in general, what I would say my go-to is grabbing the ledge into like a drop down back air. Just as a really consistent way to beat out Zetaburn, but that's not bad either. Alright, map, stage, game 3. Nice opener, you did a strike throw, into up air, forward air, trying to get something, not getting too much to the... Alright, there we go, so that's ACI down. So if you didn't catch that, this wasn't a CC, this was you doing an ASDI down, which is, floor hug. So, fuck. Nice combo. You get sent in here, you do a tick, you just fireball, you get hit, and you hold down. And this is an HDI. This isn't CC, this isn't crouch cancel, they stay down, and you are so much more actionable than him. So if you did down tilt, you would have been able to punish him, which is cool. You get to be very actionable, and obviously floor hugging is something that you need to. We all need to work on a lot. I've been using it way more, and the options out of floor hugging are also really good. As Ranno, you want to be looking for floor hug grab a lot. And once we get good at that, and once I start doing that better, it's just you just get so much more neutral. That was another really good down strong to get. Again, punishing that. Keep in mind that Alistair is not recovering um using a lot of mix-ups, so he should be using more shield cancel down B, which is when he does the dive, but then he cancels it in midair and he does a somersault instead. Instead, and with more Zeta Barons later down the line, they'll be recovering a lot better than him right now. Funny bubble. It's very cool. Nice, good tick throw. I know you know what a tick throw is. Well, I assume you do because you played Street Fighter. And it's just the same in this game. In these games. Wasn't able to get much. That's okay. So yeah, at these early percents, Nair I feel like loses a lot of value. I don't know when to do use Nair at low percents. Maybe it's some combo extenders. I feel like at low percents it's mainly a strike throw setup. So you do Nair and then you go for the grab or a spotted call out. Um, but yeah, it can also be used pretty well as a combo extender. Try to go for the down air raid, down strong raid, not gonna work out. Up tilt, trying to stake him on that. Nice, good Nair out of shield. Nair out of shield is good, but it's not obviously as good as ulti Nair's out of shield. Because remember, jump score is 5 frames in this game, as opposed to 3, which means that Nair, whose hitbox is out frame 4, is actually a frame 9 out of shield move. And it hits really high, so it's really susceptible to low profile. So it's not the all-rounder out of shield. In fact, grab is faster by 2 frames because it's frame 7, but it's still pretty good. They get that kind of like near water. Um, yeah, you need a shield grab there, I think. Um, which is funny because it's counterintuitive, right? In ulti, you basically have faster nairs out of shield than grabs, but in this game you have faster grabs than nairs out of shield, which is maybe not intuitive, but just different. He got erection. Nice, good read or reaction, whichever one it was. Trying to go for the down tilt. Do get the up strong there. Um, I wonder if you could have extended that, but front head, back air, Dacus. But that's not necessary. You might have been able to, but obviously, we're not trying to overcomplicate the egg. Ha, that was funny. Nice. Yeah, so Nair at high percent just gets so much value because if you miss DI it, you die, and if he tried to floor hug or CC it, if he was on the ground, he just dies. He just gets sent into the ground as well. So it's a bit of a scrappy neutral. You'd think up tilt would be a really good anti-air, and it kind of is, but it's got its limitations. I don't think it's very disjointed. Nice, good landing needles. I like that you're starting to use that more. Starting to incorporate that more. So what's your win con right now? Is you wanna get them to high percent,
You could start using more side B if you wanted to. I don't see you using a lot of side B. I use a lot more side B just because I like going for reads, just to get big damage. But yeah, so you want to be racking up the damage now, and you are slowly but surely. That might have been a forward there from the back throw, but not bad. And then you want to pivot that win condition into an edge guard, and the edge guard is typically you grab legend and do invincible backers, right? Um, he didn't let you do that game, but that's fine. Let's see if you do it in this game. Nice, that's a good start for neutral. Getting free needles. Good up to, ooh, good grab out of there, actually, that's quite nice. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get the second up here, but that's not bad. Down throw, nice, good tick chase. Nearly being able to get the up here there, not bad. Good vertical movement, lovely use of the platforms. Ranno is Mr. Platform, and being able to use those platforms is really good. Nice read back there. Uh, on, I believe it was the near, yeah. I respect the rollout read. That's pretty good. Obviously, he just kind of won the 50-50 there. Alright, so you grab the ledge. Great. Great right there. What happened if he crossed up, right? What you would need to do is you would need to. So I love this ledge timing, right? But if they crossed up, the thing that you need to do is ledge drop forward it. And that's the way you beat that one. And the reason I point that out is just because that's a fairly common option. Is that they see you on ledge and they're like, fuck, they're gonna ledge trump me, so I have to get on stage. Nice parry. I didn't even notice that on my first time viewing this VOD. Good string. Yeah, in general, I'd say I favor using like dash grab instead of dash attack at these low percents, just because like it's roughly the same frame data anyway, and you get a lot more off of a grab than a dash attack. Good forward air, good needles. Try to get needles there. Whenever he moves with his up B, he's actually basically invulnerable to needles. But whenever he's charging his up B, doing the Firefox charge, that's down smash. Good reaction punish. What was that a reaction punish on? Edge sniper. Saber grab, not bad. I like the forward air. I think that's quite fun to go for. Obviously the back air would have been maybe stronger. But let's see what angle he could have gotten. Yeah, maybe this is probably a spot where you want to do like ledge drop back here because he did do the somersault tumble there. But yeah, nice air attempt. Down throw could have been maybe an up smash. But the F strong read not bad. Even like a turbo read, but yeah, still good nonetheless. One thing to keep in mind is that as people get ridiculously good at the game, they might be able to start HDI down taking your forward smashes, and that's when people start. You want to then counter that with using more up smash because up smash can't be HDI down ticked. Um, but yeah, it's obviously just a lot. You did hit the grab limit there, but that's okay. Maybe you got to start incorporating a bit more pummel into your game. I think that's always good to start doing because you check a lot of new players that way. Um, and you just force them to do options. Nice tick chase. Definitely back for tick chasing really well. He DI'd out on that down throw, so you weren't able to get a follow up there. Sorry, back throw. Nice, getting a read there. Go for the nair. And challenging the landing with the nair. That's really good. Now he did do a last minute swap, and I was nervous about this. I was like, how much clearing practice do you think you have for this matchup? And honestly, you were comfortably in the lead here for a lot of the game. It got a little clutch, but you're playing the matchup right. So obviously, right there could have gone Armstrong, and if you win the RPS here, or the 1 in 3 chance here on the platform, you takes a ridiculous amount. The up air isn't bad either. You can convert the up air into an up strong, but just keep in mind on fast bowlers, up for up strong is busted. Yeah, so in these sort of scenarios where you can get the dash deck here, generally what I like to do is I like to do. So what did you do? You did landing. So you did up tilt near. Yeah, I'd go for the grab here. Just because you get a little bit more, I think. But the take chase isn't bad. Nice. Take chase, speaking of which. Strong obviously could have gone to a lot, but the up air is very consistent. Good hog. You could have done a get up attack for slightly more optimalness, or you could have done forward air from ledge. And if you got the reverse hitbox, that would have just been GG's. But good ledge hog nonetheless. Nice. That might have been able to hit true, but and just fantastic forwarded there, honestly. That's like a yeah, the moment Claren wastes a offstage resource, it's just over. Like when she uses jump, it's just like it's GG's. Even air to a certain extent. Alright, so making your way, trying to get a little more percent. The one lash back there. Oof, that happens. That's alright. Sometimes you DI like that, that's fine. Up tilt, up here, forward air, nice. That's really good. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. So a lot of Clarence, what they do is they do the side beat to ledge, and I like to try challenge it with down smash. Just to, like a Firefox sort of thing. But the grab's not bad. And then when they will jump, I'd go for the back air, but this isn't bad either. And down front smash. That should be true at that percent on DIN. So well done. Keep it cool. Alright, turn recovery. Forward air, going for the up air, nice, that was good. Try to go for the tongue slip. Keep in mind that tongue slipping to ledge is generally not super worth it, and there's a few reasons why. If you do this to ledge, you do lose the invincible ledge drop side B. That's really good. And in general, I would favor just jump grab the ledge or wait to the ledge. Yep, that happens. That's fair enough. Alright, going for the up throw, forward air, nice. Oh, got the nair. Could have gone for a back air there, but had to respect a little bit. Went for the back air there. Yeah, giving up at a bit of ledge, but that's fine. This is a tense scenario. Yeah, pressuring shield on platforms is really scary because shield dropping is so much better in that game in this game. And I'm not sure if you abuse it as much, but if you're shielding on a platform, just abuse it because shield dropping is so busted right now. Good tech. That's something that's really easy to fuck up at tense scenarios. Yeah, that would have been a nice tick chase. He's getting you up. It's scary. Unfortunately, you get down for a smash. And, that was actually not bad because they DI'd out and then they slipped off the platform. So if the platform wasn't there, that probably just would have been true. But this was a cool ending nonetheless. Very janky, very funny. It's perfect. So yeah, so there's a couple things. So I hope that you found the first part for you know, somewhat helpful. I kind of just want thoughts on some of the tech that maybe you should look at doing. There's a lot of other things that, I could have mentioned, like CCing, ACI down, shield dropping, but I feel like it's not that necessary to point out because I feel like you probably know them as well. And it'll come just by playing, more. It's kind of hard to say CC more, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of a feel thing. Um, I think you should maybe look at edge guarding or getting more comfortable with the edge guard and bracket. I don't know how many more brackets you're gonna be playing um between, today and in the future. So, maybe it's kind of a hard thing to say, but in general, the comfort zone for Ranno will be the edge guard, right? Will be grabbing the legend to the back air. So if you can get comfortable with that, pronto. That'd be awesome. Obviously, I've gotten really comfortable with it because I've just been playing brackets every single week. But yeah. All right. Hope you got some value out of this. Unfortunately, I don't think I will look at the Adam Hart VOD just because it's getting a bit late here, but I do kind of want to explore counterplay for Loxodon later down the line. Because once you get the ball rolling in the matchup, it is really fun, I think. It can be kind of frustrating because, they are floaty and they do escape a lot of your combos at low percent. Like when you start reframing stuff and start, like using your advantages, I think you can start having a lot of fun with the matchup. But that's just me. Maybe that's just because I verse top a lot. Alright. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching.